All right, let's go back to Riverbank. Ray is there. Ray, good afternoon. Welcome to the Dave Bowman Show.
Okay, very quickly, why is it that there is $4 billion to send to foreign aid, but no money here to conserve water, to desalinate and save the whole entire nation? Because all the crops, all the jobs, everything is going to hell in a handbasket because of no water. But millions of dollars that, what's his name, the governor wants on a bullet train, that's going to be really, really a positive situation for this country.
All right, Ray, good question.
Well, I agree, and actually, there's a bill that's just been recently presented and a letter that just went out on transferring that money from high-speed rail actually to water storage. You know, it comes down to priorities, and we really have to prioritize what the needs of our state are, and certainly water, jobs, and the economy. Those are very, very important issues, and the bullet train seems to be going nowhere real fast. It's got a $50 billion hole in it where, you know, the governor can't come up with $50 billion, neither can the president. So this $50 billion hole, I think, is going to not only stop the project, but hopefully allow us to utilize that stimulus dollars for actual shovel-ready projects. One of those would be water storage.
So you would characterize the governor's remarks the other day that the reason we need the bullet train is to, quote, get old people off the road, unquote, as not correct?
I would say not only is it not correct, but I would say all of the seniors in my district are not going around drinking martinis, as he said in his quote.
Yeah, they were pretty upset about that the other day. Congressman Jeff Denham is here, 565-DAVE, 565-3283. She did bring up an interesting point about foreign aid. It seems like $1 billion for Ukraine, $3 billion here, $5 billion there. It does seem like we're spending a whole lot of money overseas. Can't Congress rein that in?
Yes, and we've been doing that. We've been trying to do that. We've done it in some of our budgets. Part of the challenge is transparency. We have to have transparency in budgeting so that not only does members of Congress able to see that, but the American public should know how much foreign aid we have, where it's going, and in what form. One of the things that came up in the Farm Bill, we do have some farm aid that goes to other countries. Wanting to transfer that into a dollar amount rather than shipping our own ag products to help out the needy or the hungry in other countries. It is a big issue, and I don't want to see money going to foreign dictators where we have no idea what that money is, where it's going, what it's being used for, and we also should be focusing that money right here at home on the needs that we have in our own community.
Is there any benefit at all to foreign aid?
I think there is a benefit. I mean, I think that certainly where we have American interests, where we can clearly define what the American benefit is to providing foreign aid, we should. But are we doing way too much now? Absolutely, and we need to look at that and we need to rein it in.
All right, let's go out to Ceres. That's where Bob is. Bob, good afternoon. Welcome to the Dave Bowman Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Quick question. What can we do to stop all the pork in these bills? They get pushed through, and they get inflated with all this crap money spending that doesn't need to be there.
Well, one of the things that we did when we first came into Congress in 2010, my class that came in, we ended earmarks. So the earmarks are no longer going into those bills. As well, when you put an amendment in, or when you basically when you put an amendment or a bill in, there are two things that have to happen. First of all, you have to show where it fits into the Constitution, and secondly, you have to have a pay for it. You have to figure out where the money is going to come from to pay for it. We've got to continue to reduce spending. What's happening right now is not only uncontrollable spending on the long term, but $17.5 trillion worth of debt. That's about $56,000 per every man, woman, and child that's alive and born today.
So let me ask you, you bring up an interesting point there, and I love philosophical discussions with politicians. You mentioned there that these earmarks need to match a constitutional operation there. This goes back to what I was saying before. Why are we allowing, why is Congress as a whole, not you, why is Congress as a whole allowing a president to get around a law? Why aren't we stopping him from doing, why isn't Boehner out screaming from the top of the hill that this guy is violating the law? Why aren't we suing him? Why isn't the Supreme Court doing something? Why are we allowing this?
Well, 2 weeks ago, we actually passed a bill out of the House. And, one of the questions that we had was, why are you going to pass this bill on on executive orders when it's not going to be passed through the Senate. It's not going to, certainly the president's not going to support the bill because he wants to continue these executive orders on. The whole reason we did it was we had a couple of members of Congress sue, and it was thrown out of court because they said it wasn't, the judge said it wasn't the will of Congress. So we just showed the judge what the will of Congress was so that we can actually hold the president accountable. I think we've got to hold any president accountable, Republican or Democrat. You shouldn't go around the Constitution. You certainly shouldn't go around Congress. Congress is the body that, the House is the body that's supposed to be most representing the people of this great nation. And I think that it should be difficult to spend money and difficult to pass bills.
Government night in Turlock coming up. You're headed to this?
Yes.
Tell me about that and what's going to go on there.
It is a town hall format. It gives people an opportunity to come in and not only ask me questions that they feel are important, but we have our state legislators there, our supervisors, and local mayor there to answer any question from local, state to federal. You want answers? Here's your opportunity to come and ask any of us any question you like. This is about being responsive to the people and actually listening to them.
So, as you kind of wrap up your time here, what do you want people to know about what's going on both in the 10th District and in Washington, D.C.?
Look, we've got a lot of issues. I mean, certainly, as chair of the Rail, Pipelines, and Hazardous Material Subcommittee, high-speed rail is something that I've been fighting. But we've got a lot of issues here. And, not only do I need to hear from the community that I represent, which we reach out to do a lot of mobile district office hours. We do a lot of town halls. I would invite you to send me an email or come visit me or just be engaged. But the thing that I would ask you for, we need to hear from you on water. We have one opportunity this year. I believe that not only is we've got to make sure that during this crisis we have a long-term solution, but we also need short-term solutions as well. To deal with this whole crisis. It's got to end now. We've got to end the crisis. We've got to end the year after year crisis, and it's going to take a movement from the Valley, from farmers, from local businesses, from individuals that not only contact their members of Congress, but contact our two U.S. senators and the governor and let them know how important this issue is. Thank you again for having me, Dave.
Congressman Jeff Denham, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate your time and appreciate the energy and all that.
You got it.
See you next time you're around here. It's the Dave Bowman Show, PowerTalk 1360, 1280 Modesto, Stockton, iHeartRadio. Take the time right now. Tell the people that matter in your life you love them very much. You'd miss them if they weren't there, so don't pass up those opportunities. You don't want to have that regret. I'm Dave.